Well, hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Australian Formula One podcast. As always, you're joined by Max and Pep, and mate, it's episode 44 now, and we're still trying to get through the off-season, Max.
Oh, it's horrible, mate. About just over 100 days to go until the engines fire up, and it's going to be a long 100 days.
Yeah, the off-season's still got heaps to happen though, mate. You've still got a former world champion now, Max, Alonso.
Yes.
Still not putting his name to a contract.
He hasn't put pen to parchment, Pep.
And there's all sorts of conjecture, mate, about where he will go and what he will do, and including Honda, Max, this week. Honda came out, and came out as a hot contender, Max.
Well, they did. I mean, we're used to hearing the rumours about Renault, Red Bull, now Honda put their hand up. Apparently, it's all, of course, been poo-pooed by Honda. But rumours are that he went for a seat fitting, and it's great that Ross Brawn's there, and that would have sweetened the deal, perhaps. But Honda have completely denied it. But it brings someone else into the equation, mate.
Well, Max, we've been saying with Renault that Alonso is going to go to Renault, and of course all the stories are about the fact that Alonso wants a one-year contract, and that's narrowing his chances. And now I'm not so sure on Renault. I'm still not exactly sure on where he's going to go, but I think the Renault option is weakening. So.
Mate, I think Alonso would be hard pressed to find any top team prepared to take him on for a year. Did a Matricic or Matsic, depending on who you talk to, has pretty well turned around and said, a one-year deal is not for us. It's got to be two at least, or at least two, with the option of 3 years. So no go there. Honda have emphatically denied, as we were just talking about, that he even came down to the team and had a seat fitting, let alone was even there. Renault, once again, have made no secret of the fact that they're not prepared to sign him on a one-year deal. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Fernando Alonso does, or more importantly, what his manager turns around and makes for him. But I think it's pretty clear, from what I've certainly been reading, that the eye is on Ferrari in 2009, to the detriment of either Ferrari driver. Kimi signed till 2010, Massa till 09, or is it vice versa? I'm not sure.
It's Massa till
2010,
yeah.
Kimi till 2009. So where Alonso would fit into that equation, I don't quite know.
So Max, what's your call, mate? Can you see a sabbatical for Alonso, or is he going to go to somewhere else? Honda, BMW,
mate,
Red Bull,
I can't see
Renault.
I can't see a sabbatical for him. In essence, I still see Renault as the leading contender, especially if you can get a lot of sponsorship, but who knows?
Alright, mate, well, let's see what Alonso does. It's going to be, let's see when he announces it, mate. Let's see how long it takes.
Like everyone, mate, and you included, I'm sure everyone's fed up to the eye teeth with waiting for him to make a decision, so hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. But anyway,
before Christmas.
Let's hope so.
Anyway, mate, well, we haven't talked too much about Force India since they bought Spiker. And now, of course, I've been looking forward to talking about this, Max, about Force India, because they're looking at a couple of our old favourite drivers, a couple of the boys who have been, let's just say, making excuses for many years about their tenure in Formula One, mate. We're talking about Fisi and Ralf, and they're going to test with Force India, amongst other people. And mate, I've said it before on this podcast, I think Ralph's career is over and he should retire. And Fisi, same thing, Tiger.
Mate, I somehow think that Ralf will be given a lifeline by his mate BJ Malia at Force India. This is rather ironic. How ironic is it that this dude has turned around and said, I hadn't even asked me 12 years ago, I might have considered going to a lesser team, but hey, I'm Ralf Schumacher, no chance I'd ever even consider going to a lesser team. And here he is, sort of talking about the McLaren drive. Yes, of course I'd like it, and all this sort of thing. And it's like comedy capers. And all of a sudden, Pep, he finds himself without a team, without a drive for next year, and shock horror, he's testing for Force India.
Is Force India going to turn to the graveyard of Formula One drivers who are way past it, Max?
Oh,
Are they just going to take any comers who are past it in their careers?
Oh man, it's hard to say, but I tell you what, they've taken a backward step. If they don't want that car developed, hi Ralf, he's perfect. Just ask Toyota.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, mate, Bernie says they should retire, so
Yeah, how
I'm in good company, Max.
Ooh, man, yeah. I mean, how funny was it for Bernie to come out this week and say that both Fisi and Ralf, pretty much should have retired, and that they didn't do too well last year, and over the preceding years, maybe they didn't get enough out of the machinery that was given to them. And I'm like, come on. I mean, Fisi I much prefer over Ralf. I've actually been a bit of a closet fan of Fisi.
I used to love Fisi. At the start of Fisi's career, I thought he was great. I
Yeah.
thought he was really going places, and then, he didn't deliver.
Yeah, and I think it's, a good driver, not one of the top tier drivers, but a good solid driver, and I think he'd probably do a better job at a lesser team than Ralf would, that's for sure.
He'll build up that team, Max. They want to build it up.
Oh, but
Get
I just
that team.
Yeah, I just think it's
podium.
sad that, Fisichella has been around for over 10 years, is, now effectively going to be hunting for, all things considered, a lesser team unless he retains his seat at Renault, and I just don't see that happening.
Well, mate, one more subject before we finish this podcast, and it's Michael Schumacher again. I've been looking forward to talking about this as well, mate.
Sure.
Alan Jones and a couple of other people have said that they wouldn't be surprised if Michael came back and raced, and he's only been in another sport for a little while. He's tested it in Spain. He's going to test again, Max.
Oh, where did he come in the timesheets in Spain, Pep? Where did he top the timesheets?
Hell, he topped them.
Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah. So Michael's, there's all sorts of conjecture about Michael, and it doesn't surprise me, mate, that people are talking about Michael coming back. And I said mid-season that it wouldn't surprise me if he came back, and I still feel that way. But I'm not so sure anymore what Michael's doing or what his intentions are, mate.
Oh, if you believe Michael and the press, Michael in particular, he's doing it for fun. And he's an ambassador for Ferrari, and he's helping them out, and he'll, as far as no TC next year is concerned, he'll impart his knowledge to the two drivers. So I think Michael's feedback to the other two drivers in regards to no TC, I think that'll be invaluable. Whether or not Kimi takes any of it on board is another matter, but I think Felipe Massa will, mate. So there's no reason why he couldn't come back other than contracts, but I'm sure that Ferrari would find a spot for him, mate, pretty quick smart.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that Michael would, of course, get a drive anywhere, but he would want to drive with Ferrari. But
wouldn't it be great if he went to Force India and said, I'd like to try, and he got the seat ahead of Ralf?
Well,
it'll never happen, of course, but wouldn't that be great?
Even though Michael's retired, his career's not over, unlike Ralph's. So Michael's not due for the graveyard just yet.
Definitely not.
Well, that's all we've got for this week, but very shortly, Max, we're about to attack Suzuka and do some laps of that, so we'll show you that video very soon.
And hopefully we'll stay on track this time, unlike Spa.
We've been trying. And also we're going to do another viewer question, Max. F1 Russ from the US, he's been emailing us, and we're in contact with him a lot, mate, and we're going to answer one of his questions on the dumbing down of Formula One. So we'll do that very soon as well.
Alright, sounds good.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Alrighty, see ya.
Bye.